Media Center, all the way from the best faculty in the University of Lagos. The faculty that also produced Michael Dimeji Lamu before Masscom actually stole me from the faculty of Arts Department of English. I'm talking about Professor Muyiwa Falaye. Please round of applause. We have a council member here seated as well, Mr. Mrs. Anne Aruno. You're welcome, ma'am. Please can we celebrate her? From the Ministry of Education, you're welcome. Quickly before we move on, ladies and gentlemen, we have members of the board of the Media Center in our midst here today, and they've also worked excellently. I would like to recognize the press as well. Like I did say earlier, I have the chair of the Media Center, Professor Muyiwa Falaye. Can we celebrate him again, Professor Muyiwa Falaye? We also have in our midst here today the former chair of Unilag Media of the Center, the former chair, talking about a media icon, Jagaban of media system in Africa, an iconic scholar, talking about Professor Ralph Akinfeneye. The former registrar of the University of Lagos, Dr. Mrs. Taiwo Ibaye. Is she here? You're welcome, ma'am. Also, another board member is the Dr. Adeyanju Tejumaye, another board member of the Media Center. You're welcome. Adepoju Tejumaye. You're welcome, sir. Dr. Mrs. Teresa Amobi. You're welcome, another board member. And of course, the Deputy Registrar of the Media Center, Mr. E.S. Barry, you're welcome as well. I would like to recognize the former Registrar of the University of Lagos, seated towards the extreme end. And if you fail to recognize his complexion, you would recognize the bow tie. Even on Saturdays, he's putting on bow tie. Sunday, bow tie. Monday, bow tie. Morning, afternoon, night, bow tie. Former Registrar of the University of Lagos, Oluwarotimi Shodimu Esquire. I would like to recognize all deans here present today, deans of different faculties, HODs here present, you're welcome, lecturers, you're welcome as well, and members of the press. As we move on, I would introduce our invited guest here seated today. Lamu is my name, and as you all know, I will be the MC of the function. Professor Obo is also here, another council member. Please can we welcome Professor Obo? You're welcome. And of course, I would like to recognize the presence of the head of Unilag Radio, Dr. Mrs. Ogidon. Please, a round of applause for Dr. Mrs. Ogidon. Another man we're celebrating today is the head of the television, no other but the hardworking Mr. Churchill. Mr. Churchill, can you rise and wave your hand? That's the head of the TV. You're welcome once again. As we move on, I would introduce other invited guests here seated. Right now, we would pass the mics and would like members of the press here seated to kindly introduce themselves to the gathering. Please, can we have the second mic, please? Members of the press, can you signify by raising up your hand so you can introduce one after the other? Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. All protocol observed. My name is Lydia Enidia Eke. I write or I represent University of Lagos Radio, the first campus radio station in Nigeria.
Good morning, everyone. All protocols duly observed. I'm Elizabeth Wandu from Vanguard newspaper.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Bianca Iboma. I write for the Sun newspaper.
Good morning, JVC and all seated. I'm Claudio Larewaju. I'm the education editor for New Telegraph. Good morning.
morning, all. My name is Oyeniro Akpata. I write for Daily Independent newspaper.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Kehinde Sala. I write for Leadership newspaper.
Leadership.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Chinyere Nwachukwu, Mrs. I write for the news agency of Nigeria, Lagos office. I'm a chief correspondent. Thank you.
My name is Sunday Shed. I represent Nigeria newspaper.
Good morning. My name is Tare Udiowi. I write for the Punch newspaper.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Gloria Audio, Business Development Personnel representing Al Jazeera Nigeria Limited.
Any other?
Okay, I'm Jennifer Ligbe. I'm representing Unilag TV.
All right, thank you. You're welcome. Any other member of the press here seated? Okay, some people are still on their way.
Good morning, Ogwa Malaki, Radio 1.
It is important to let the public know that this program is being carried live by Unilag 103, the 1FM. We're also streaming on YouTube as we speak today. The reason why we're here, ladies and gentlemen, it's not my duty to actually do that, but some of you have at the back of your minds, you have a glance of the reason why we're here today. But I would like to hand over the mic to no other but the chairman of Unilag Multimedia Ventures, no other but Professor Muyiwa Falaye. Please, a round of applause, who is also the dean of the Faculty of Arts. Please, a round of applause, please. Can we jam hands together?
Good morning, all. Well, a day like this can be a protocol nightmare for people like us. I do not know where to start from, but I will try. The Vice Chancellor will help me if I get it wrong. I'm most likely to get it wrong. The Vice Chancellor, Professor Oluwatoyin Ogundipe, FAS. I want to be very, very, very official. DVC Management Service in absentia, Professor Ben Ugojiafo. I'm sure he would have loved to be here if he could. DVC Development Services, Professor Folashade Ugushola. DVC Academics and Research, Professor Obi Familoni. Registrar, Oladejo Aziz Esquire. The bossa, my best friend in this venture so far. Mr. Adekon Lawal. The librarian, Dr. Luwakemi Fadehon. The Provost, College of Medicine, and my senior at CMS Grammar School, Professor Leshi. Fellow deans of faculty here present, members of the board of Unilag Media Ventures, directors, heads of departments, senior non-teaching staff, distinguished members of the press, staff, students, and other members of the university community, members of the University Governing Council here present. I missed it. I knew I would miss it. As hard as I tried not to. distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as my friends in Jamaica will say on a day like this, my glad bank burst. My glad bank burst. As it seems, I am so happy, very happy, that this day has come. Perhaps only the Vice Chancellor could be happier than I am today. It has taken some time in coming. If you recall that in 2017, the university got its operating license. And this is 2019. We are just coming on air. About 2 years. Many will wonder what we've been doing since then. I don't want to tell that story. The only story I will tell about that is that in the last 2 years, we've acted like a video club for the university. Now, we are beginning the proper job of a television station. Let me remind the entire university community that Unilag Television belongs to the stable of Unilag Media Ventures Limited, which tells the story that we are a limited liability company. I emphasize this because it is no longer going to be business as usual. Nobody is going to stay somewhere and say, send us a video man. Sorry, Vice Chancellor, sir. The Media Ventures is set to contribute its quota to the IGR of the university. That is what the bossa wants to hear, and I'm telling the bossa. In the last few days, I've heard the question, why Star Times? Why Star Times? I'm not sure many of you will be wondering why we chose Star Times out of several other possibilities. I will attempt to answer that question quickly. First is to draw your attention that University of Lagos Television is a startup. Whether we like it or not, we are a startup. And when you have a startup, it's better for you to start at a point where you can progress. Not to start at a place where when you make a mistake once, nobody goes back there. University of Lagos Television is a startup, and we got our best incentives, the best conditions for startups from Star Times. If we were to wait for other DSB platforms, I can assure you that we will not take off in the next 2 years. The demands are enormous. The wait list is long. And after the long wait list, we end up on a mini platform, not even on the major platform. So why not Star Times? And our research tells us that Star Times was established to fill in a gap. Those of you who know the history of communication and broadcasting in Nigeria will know that in the next 1 or 2 years, stations will stop broadcasting on the terrestrial platform, on the analog platform. We are all expected to migrate to the digital platform. And when that happens, platforms like Star Times become the first choice. Our market, the market we tend to serve, are those who can afford the subscription of Star Times. We know there are elites among you who would rather have us on some other platform. There are over 500 channels on that platform. Who will remember Unilag TV when the teams are down? So I think the board of Unilag Media Center made the right choice. And I will tell you that the performance of Unilag TV on that platform will be heartwarming by the time you tune to our station on the 17th of this month. Again, I want to assure the Vice Chancellor and the community that Unilag TV will be run professionally, very professionally. But we can only do this if we get assistance from management and the community. We will be guided by NBC codes. We know what NBC says. We know what we should not broadcast and what we should broadcast. We are not going to engage in running other people's programs without license. We have enough support from the Vice Chancellor. We are producing our local content. We are buying the ones we cannot produce for now. That is the way it is done. But I can assure you that in the next 1 year, we will have 60% local content. And local content will come from our own students and staff. That is the idea. A few weeks ago, we advertised for advertisers and presenters on Unilag television among our students and staff. We received over 400 applications. Over 400. Shortlisting that to about 10 was a big job for the management of the television. Now we have arrived at the last 10. We are working on those, and those will be the set of presenters that will commence the service. And in addition to those who have been there since the inception of the television station. With our state-of-the-art TV studio, everybody attests to that. We have some of the best television studio and facilities in Nigeria. Even the big stations who have visited us have acknowledged that. You may wish to visit the station after this event, and see what we have. You'll be amazed at the level of preparations we have made to commence transmission. We are set to become an active player in the market. Other stations who are here present, be ready for a challenge. Be ready. Unilag TV will give you a run for your money. We are poised to challenge the existing order in the television market. And you will find out. For those who don't have the Star Times decoder yet, well, I don't want to sound as the PR for Star Times, but I should, because it also helps our station. You should rush and get your Star Times decoder. Don't be left behind. It's cheap. That is the beauty of Star Times. The lowest subscription, I think, is 900 naira. And we are on the basic bouquet. Unilag TV is on the basic channel 184. So with 900 naira, even our students can afford to subscribe. Then again, there is a possibility of getting the Star Times mobile app, which means that you can watch Unilag TV anywhere in Nigeria with the mobile app, anywhere in the world, precisely. So, although what we have now is transmission within Lagos, it will have cost us too much money to do pan-Nigeria at this time. So we are staying within Lagos for now. And maybe in the future, we will extend beyond Lagos. We have also embarked on aggressive staff training, because we realize that we need to train our staff to be ready and competitive in the modern day market. The modern day market is challenging, competitive. We believe that staff training is key to a good television station. We are pursuing that with all utmost vigor that we can muster. All this didn't happen by accident. I have a few people to thank. I'm not here to give vote of thanks. That will be done later. But I must let everybody know those who took us to where we are today. Professor Rapaki Feleye, he was mentioned. The manager of University of Lagos Television, Mr. Chochi Winega. A very quiet worker. You see, he can hardly even stand up. But he works so hard. A veteran of over 40 years at NTA. We poached him. He left his work as a director at NTA to join Unilag Television because he believed in the vision of Unilag TV. Of course, we have his counterpart in the radio, Dr. Mrs. Okidon. Please, let's see you. We also poached her from FRCN Nigeria. She was the general manager of FRCN Nigeria. She left that and came to join Unilag Radio. These two guys are wonderful. Very wonderful. And if you have been listening to 103.1 recent times, you will have discovered that there's a huge difference to what we used to have in the days of yore. Of course, the man I call the managing director of Unilag Media Ventures, whether he calls himself or not, I call him the managing director, Mr. Sedari. And finally, the head of commercials, Mr. Folabi, the man who is charged with making money for the Unilag Media Ventures. The entire staff of Unilag Media Ventures, great men and women, who are working under very tough conditions to get us where we are today. I salute all of you. To our media colleagues who have come today to witness the launch of Unilag TV, Channel 184 Star Times platform, well, the battle line has been drawn. From the 17th of January, when we shall commence test transmission, you will see that we may just be starting up. but we've been working hard. Finally, for those who wish to see us on the other DSB platforms, perhaps for selfish reasons, they don't want to buy another decoder. Hopefully sooner or later, you never know. And to other universities who might wish to establish their own TV stations, because I know that once we have started, everybody will start. I wish them the best of luck. The sky is big enough for everybody to fly. As Igbos will say, hey, baby, Belu, who go Belu.
Please, can we celebrate the chair of the media center again? Greatest Akokites. Greatest Akokites. Are we excited to be associated with the University of Lagos? If we are, can I get another applause, please? I must say at this point that different questions were asked. Why University of Lagos again? And I tell people, I told Prof, I told the VC, if my parents didn't send me to Unilag, I will never forgive them. This is the only institution, just one. If you finish with a third class, big organizations will look for you. There's just one institution. If you finish with a pass, multinationals will look for you. If you were rusticated, but the most important thing is that you once receive lectures from this institution, big organizations will look for you. I'm not talking about Usuka, I'm not talking about Tikminedion, I'm not talking about Yabatek, I'm not talking about YAC, I'm talking about the University of First Choice and the nation's pride. Greatest Akokai. Greatest Akokai. Greatest of the greatest of the greatest of the greatest. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, you have been smiling since we started. Thank you very much, sir. It's informal and formal. Send me your account number, sir, for your smile. I want to bless you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the function, it's time for us to hear from no other but our Vice Chancellor. Can we jam our hands together for our awesome Vice Chancellor, Professor Oluwatoyin Ogundipe.
Well, you did not talk about, you have school start attempted. You did not talk about Unilag attempted candidates. What is going to happen to those people? And you know those people, those are the people that apply through JAM, and they have been attempting for the past how many years? So even with that appearance, it's enough for them to go to Cambridge. The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Development Services, Professor Folashade Ogunshola, FAS, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academics and Research, Professor Oluwole Familoni, FAS. I said something yesterday that this is the only university where you have the highest number of Fellow of Academy of Science in Management. So the Nigeria Academy of Science will be meeting today in University of Lagos, and tomorrow tell them this is the only university with the highest number of Fellow of Academy of Science Management. The registrar, Oladejo Aziz, Esquire, just like your senior, who is also here, Olushodimo Esquire, a former registrar. The bossa, the man that today, although he's not smiling, but I know he's excited, that like the Yoruba will say, or the Jebu will say, where I'm from, Owofuno. That is Mr. Lekon Lawal. The woman that has been helping behind the scene, that is the university librarian, Dr. Kemi Fadeon. The provost of the College of Medicine, Professor Leshi. Let me recognize our employers that are here. Professor Opo, and Miss Anne. Miss Anne Aruna, sorry. Those are our employers. They are the ones that are paying our salaries. The Director Academic Planning is here too, Professor Wale Okunuga. The Director of ICE, Professor Mokwe Lola Olushakin is here. All the deans, the Dean of the Faculty of Law, a critical woman, she's here. Another critical one is the Dean of the School of Postgraduate Studies. The Dean of the Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences here, Professor Namaka Biola. The Head of Department, the Professor Odukoya, Professor Agomo, Professor, the one that normally look at our eyes and say that we are not using our glasses properly. Professor Akinshola is here, Professor Bosede is here, the Dean of the Student Affairs. The only thing is that there is nothing he can do today because the students are not around. If the students are around, I'll be careful the way I address it. Because I can just mobilize the students to come and kidnap us here. Professor Akinyeye, the Dean of the Faculty of Social Sciences, Professor Iyola Oni, Dean of Pharmacy, all the deans that are here. I'm sorry from this angle, I cannot see everybody because the media people have decided to flood my eyes with their floodlights. But I can see the director of foundation because if the foundation is faulty, then there is problem. The director also of the Unilag Business School is here. I want to celebrate everybody. And I must not fail to mention one man. The man that when the storm was high, never accepted no for an answer. That man, by the time we got to the corporation where we got the approval, they said, thank God we are free from this man. And that person is Professor Akinfele Rap. He just got an award recently, so we have to watch this man. The former, I think they mentioned Dr. Ibaye. Is she here or she sent her voice? Maybe she sent her picture here. All the professors, the deputy directors, every one of us, I want to celebrate you. And I want to say Happy New Year to every one of you, especially our colleagues from the 4th Estate of the REM. The university community want to appreciate you for the support we have been getting from you to keep the system stable, moving, and there is peace. And in the past 1 or 2 years, we have experienced a lot of progress in different areas. I wish you all the best in this year, 2019 and beyond. And I pray that the peace of God will be with every one of us. It is indeed heartwarming to have you, amiable gentlemen of the press, back on the campus in 2019. I know we were together yesterday. On behalf of the Governing Council, the Senate, the management, the staff, students, and the allied members of the community, I want to take this opportunity of this auspicious and epoch-making event to express my heartfelt appreciation to you for your wonderful support to our dear university that we are proud of as being the university of first choice and the nation's pride. According to Walt Disney, if you can dream it, you can do it. Ever since Unilag pioneered campus radio broadcasting in Nigeria, December 14, 2004, it has been the dream of this great university to have a campus television station. Today, I am indeed very glad that in tandem with Walt Disney quotation, the University of Lagos has invited you here to announce that Unilag has blazed the trail again by establishing the first campus television station, not only in Nigeria, but the whole of West Africa. Kindly permit me to go down the memory lane. On Thursday, November 9, 2017, I remember that day very well. When Professor Akinfeleye came into the Vice Chancellor's office, Professor Bello was seated, I was there, and this man came in, and you know, despite the age, he's very, always respect everybody, and he said, I have a good news for you. The breaking news, you know, he always have breaking news. He said, I have a breaking news, and the Vice Chancellor, Professor Bello, looked up and said, what is it? And you know, when Professor Bello looks up occasionally, you have to adjust yourself. And he brought out the paper. He said, we have the approval for the television. Oh, he looked at my face and I said, congratulations, sir. So I'm looking at Professor Akinfeleye today and I'm saying, congratulations, sir. I know there are a lot of battles that went into this. People thought, well, once you have Unilag television, you have television in the university, they can use it to plan coup. They can, when they want to do a luta, they can use that platform. They have all manner of impression concerning this. But Professor Akinfeleye kept on convincing all these people at all the roadblocks where you don't have police, but you have media people who don't want University of Lagos to have their own television. So I want to thank the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, for giving the approval for the University of Lagos to be the first university to have this television station in Nigeria and also West Africa. To see to the actualization of the noble dream of having a functional television station, I constituted the University of Lagos Multimedia Ventures Board in April 2018 to midwife the speedy actualization of the project. And my dear friend, right from CMS Grammar School, Professor Muyiwa Falaye, just came to my mind, not because he's from Faculty of Social Sciences, not because he is from the Faculty of Social Sciences, but because I could see something in him. He's somebody that can drive anything. In fact, this man can drive a dead man. I think for the dead man to say, praise the Lord and die back. And I remember when I gave him the responsibility, Muyiwa said, why me? One thing I have developed, maybe because of my MBA background, is I look for the best people that will carry on with your vision, and you can go to sleep. So it's just like the Unilag Business School, somebody in anatomy, College of Medicine. People are saying, why should you make that person the director of Unilag Business School? What you need is a manager, somebody that will manage that job. If you have a clinic, however big it may be, it's not compulsory that the medical doctor should be the managing director. You go outside this country, you will see that what you need is somebody that will run that place effectively, so that at the end of the day, it will not die. That's why many clinics that we have, hospitals that we have, you put your child there and you kill the dream. So I just thought the best thing is to have somebody like this. And since we gave him this responsibility, honestly speaking, I have never for once asked him, Professor Falaye, what are you doing concerning this? In fact, he even disturbed me. He will come, I said, go and do whatever you want to do. What I want is for you to come up with a good result. And I want to say publicly, sir, you did not disappoint management. You have been running this media center with zeal. You have been running it in such a way that it's not inconveniencing the university. I don't know how much you pay. I don't know how you employ your people. What I know is that we have brought in the right people to manage the affair of that institute. And I want to say that our dream concerning this place is to have Unilag Media Park. That is our dream. And I know that as my Lord liveth, it shall come to pass. Today, I'm happy that the dream did not remain a nightmare. Rather, it has been actualized. I want to once again thank all the people that are associated in carrying the dream. People like Aaron and all that have been lifting up the hand of Moses. Unilag TV will fly on the platform of StarTime Digital Broadcasting Channel 184 with the state-of-the-art equipment and technical facilities in place. Unilag Channel 184 will deliver premier, local, national, and international news as they unfold. I also want to thank Professor Akinfeleye again, because I remember years back when we applied for Step B project. They did not attend to Professor Akinfeleye until maybe around 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. at Abuja. And at the end of the day, was able to get the media center. And part of the equipment that they got, they are going to use at the Unilag TV. The Unilag TV Channel 184 will serve as a reference point in sports, documentaries, quality entertainment, and as an instrument of educational advancement. Like Brother Falaye stylishly cautioned me that no more send video men to us. I have heard you, because you reported me publicly. But you know, when I want to deal with you, I will send Professor Leshi to you. He will punish you before I give you my own punishment. Of utmost importance is that Unilag TV Channel 184, we have a time belt for our distant learning teaching packages. We have told the director of DLI that Unilag started this distant learning program. And if another university can have certain amount of, certain number of students, we can do better than them. We have all the facilities needed, so we have challenged the director, and I think she's up to the challenge. The station will also promote the culture of our immediate communities by regularly highlighting the ideas, languages, customs, folklores, and social behaviors of our immediate communities in line with the proposition of the National Broadcasting Commission's code. Again, just as teaching hospitals are indispensable to those studying medicine, while laboratories are useful to our students in science, in the Faculty of Sciences, Engineering, and other related faculties, TV is strategic to students of journalism, broadcasting, advertising, marketing, creative arts, languages, electronics, engineering, computer science. In fact, what we want to do before the end of this year, we want to match the activities of our colleagues or students in creative arts with that of our students and staff in computer science, computer engineering. And they will now create a platform through which they can have this the competition of games based on the skill of our colleagues in creative arts. Unlike, instead of bringing in white people, because personally, when you are putting up adverts in Nigeria and you use white people, I just look at it, we are not white, we are black, So we want to use our students in creative arts and the faculty of the lecturers to come up with some of these drama, which the computer science people or computer engineering will now stimulate. And with that, we have a package that the university will be able to make money from. Again, just as there are several other benefits which are both strategic and pedagogical concerning this center. It is of invaluable advantage for an institution seeking to be a world-class university to use this medium in recruiting international students. Concerning our international appearance, very soon, like I said last year, by the grace of God, the ranking of this university will rise because they are building up the website for us, and through the facility provided by Professor Falai, the video is already online now. One can view Unilag video online. They are developing the website. Professor Adams is here. He's anchoring that under the office of the DVC Development Services. Another significant benefit is that Unilag TV channel 184 will be deployed to keep our students and the wider community informed of development on the university through the deduction of through the dedication of 1 hour to Unilag News. Most of the activities going on in the university. We have a lot of activities going on now, unlike in the past. Yesterday, we hosted students that represented the university at the Wahoo Games. And last week too, we have some activities. So most of these activities will be broadcasted, and with that, we have more visible, more international visibility. The University World News edition of April 2009 eloquently testified to the excellent track record of Unilag Radio FM 103.1, being one of the best and has influence on our students and the community. In fact, I don't know how Professor Akifele was able to do it. They are always sending query, and Professor Akifele knows how to destroy the query. And when he sees them, he knows how to talk them, and they will just forget about the query, and he'll start on the breaking news. There are two major reasons for the expansion of campus radio. First, the government was satisfied with the way the University of Lagos made use of its radio license. Very soon, we are going to have another radio station in which we'll be able to broadcast normally, not limited to educational space only. We'll be able to compete with other radio stations. And I know that the media center people, they are under limited their abilities space, so they must make money for the university, so that Bossa will not be folding his arms. Bossa will be smiling and bringing in money to the university. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited and filled with joy, and I know that you are part of the history that we are making today. And because you are part of the history, you are excited too. Because one day, when the history of this university is to be written, our names will be written in gold. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen of the press, I want to thank you, wishing you all the best, and the Almighty God will give us peace in all that we do. Thank you, God bless.
I remember the lecture I attended in UI. The way you clap now was the way they clapped for me after the lecture. But I think the Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos deserves a better applause. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now invite members of the press here seated. We'll take turns, one after the other. You are now opportune to ask questions. And I can assure you that the Vice Chancellor would answer the questions one after the other. Members of the press, please, if you have any question, we'd like you to raise up your hands, please, to ask questions, please, because of our time. Kindly signify by raising up your hands, please. Can you pass the mic? Thank you.
Good day once again. My name is Oyeniro Apata. I want to Daily Independent Newspaper, Lagos. I want to commend the management of the university for this laudable achievement. And in the words of Professor Ralph Akinfele, he said the university started from nothing casting, narrow casting, to broadcasting. And he mentioned the roles played by Prince Tony Momo, Danladi Bako, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, and others. Again, VC and Professor Akinfele, permit me, in the larger-than-life status of the two of you, my concern is about ownership, control, and influence. I don't see a Lamo turning down a request from Professor Akinfele, do this, and he will say, professionally, sir, I will not do it. I want the VC and Professor Akinfele that they will not, trample on this. Then also, in Africa of today, entertainment has taken over, the airspace for quality programming as a university campus, and in the drive for commercials. I hope this university will not, sell, commercialization for research-oriented programs. Also, my concern is in the area of insurance for your staff. Recently, we all read and witnessed what happened at the Keja Police College to some of our colleagues who were shot by armed hooligans. What are the insurance package in place for your staff who perhaps honor invitations, from other universities, and probably take advantage of commercialization to hire some OMB programs? Thank you so much.
Who's next, please? If you have any question, contribution, as regards the function, you can ask. Members of the press?
Good morning, all. My name is Lydia A.K., Senior News Reporter, Editor, Unilag Radio. This is solely to help train young people, especially University of Lagos. My question is, what if we have young ones who want to be coming in from other universities and other higher institutions around Lagos, around Nigeria, or even some other parts of West Africa? Would there be room enough for them to come to get training, maybe TV or even radio?
Good morning once again. Congratulations to the University of Lagos and the Vice Chancellor of the university. My name is Chinyere Nwachukwu. I am the Chief Correspondent with the News Agency of Nigeria, and Right Education. I'd like to know, sir, this project is very laudable, and I know that most of the people that will be working there are students, majorly students from the Mass Communication Department and others. I'd like to know I want to know, sir, is there possibilities of absorbing some of the students from mass communication that did well on graduation into the TV station and the radio. Thank you.
Okay, the VC wanted to
Let me quickly
the first
attend to that. Amun, I think they are afraid of you because of in down there. They are afraid of you. That's why they are not asking questions. We're from Akbata saying something about the ownership. I want you to know that by the grace of God, till November 11, 2022, I don't have the lifting up before that. I want you to know that till November 11, 2022, if there's no lifting up, which is going to be, because the power is in the word, this Unilag Media Center or Unilag Media Center Ventures Limited will operate as a private body, private organization, without the influence of the Vice Chancellor, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, the Bossa, or Professor Kufele. I want you to be assured, you can attest to that. I have never, like I said, I have never asked him, what are you people doing? Because I believe you should be able to run the venture effectively. And he is somebody that is well respected, I mean the chairman, in the system. The deputy registrar that is coordinating it, he says that is the managing director. So there is no external influence that will come into play in that venture. And when you look at, when you are talking about entertainment and research, we have to balance the two. It's a television station given to the university, but they must operate in such a way that they will be competitive. The only thing they will not bring in are those things that will not approve in the university, like sexual something and all those adventures. We will monitor that. What we have in other stations in terms of that, we will not allow that in our own little way. But there will be interplay between entertainment and research. For the issue of insurance package, definitely we'll do something about that. Like our staff too, they have the insurance package, and we'll make sure that they have the insurance package. For the question raised by AK Unilag Radio, I want you to know that this venture, they have the approval to employ, to I didn't say the staff. To hire, no, because they are not working with the fire services. No, but honestly speaking, they have that freedom to make sure that they are able to compete with other television stations within and outside the country. And like I always say, you compare yourself with yourself, you are going nowhere. But you compare yourself with the best, then you make progress. And I know that Professor Falaye will compare that venture, the television. You look at the radio is doing very well now. Very, very well. So if a man can within how many months be able to have input in that area, you know what is going to happen in the space of the television. So I have this belief, this conviction within me, that before the end of this year, by the time they are going to do their ranking in the television space, they will say that, within 6 months, look at what this University of Lagos television they have been able to do. And I believe that he will pick up the challenge with his team. and make sure that this television station is one of the best television stations in Nigeria. And I want them to have a bigger vision, to move, not to limit themselves to Lagos. And I believe that he's looking at the finances. By the time you start, within the shortness of time, you find out that you have the breakthrough. And we have spoken the word. And within 1 year, you'll be able to cover the whole country and outside the country too. Nwachukwu talking about the students. The student can only use the place as their laboratory. And it will not be limited to only students from mass comm, creative art. I know there was a time that one of our students who was admitted to study medicine, she told me, I'm not interested in doing medicine. I'm interested in studying creative art, but I want to satisfy my father. And I have a friend that when his daughter got a degree in law, went to him and said, Daddy, I have satisfied you, get the degree. Gave the certificate to our father. There are many talents in other faculties, in science, in engineering, in the faculty of law. We just did a program under the Entrepreneurship Center. And you find out that students who are in the medical school, medical students, I think they came first, or faculty of law, came first at the pitching. And you keep on wondering, why should the student from the faculty of, from the College of Medicine or law perform excellently well? Because there are potentials. There are potentials deposited in the life of our students. So what we want to do is to ignite that potential so that our students will be celebrated all over the world. And that's why we are talking about entrepreneurship, we are talking about innovation, and we are talking about incubation. Very soon, like in the Faculty of Engineering, Faculty of Engineering, they have a center there for to repair refrigerator, AC. We want to expand it beyond the scope of only engineering students. We want other students in other departments to go through that same center, so that some of our students will go beyond the level of saying, maybe I'm a botanist now, saying that, oh, I only know about plants. I don't know about other things. So we want our students to be able to go into other spaces where they can operate very well. So it's not only for students in mass comm, creative arts, no. It's meant for students that can showcase themselves. There's one guy in Unilag Radio, Sheung did microbiology in this same university. I don't know whether he's still with Unilag Radio. He's still Unilag Radio. It's not like Lamu. Lamu went to study English, despite the fact that he's been speaking English by going to grammar school. But Sheung studied microbiology, but he's doing very well there. That is what we want. Our students to be able to, we don't want our students to fly. We want our students to be able to soar like eagles. Thank you very much. Yeah, other students from other universities. Well, it's open to students from, they have interns from all over. So it's open to as many people that can showcase themselves. It's not a center for lazy people. I know Muiwa very well. It will not allow that. So students from other places, presently they have interns, people doing their internship from other universities. For your information, even in the Faculty of Science, we have students from other universities. I think engineering too. Other universities coming to do their, even in College of Medicine, we have students from other universities coming to do their internship in the University of Lagos. The only thing is that students of University of Lagos, they don't go to Interland University to do their housework. They are cosmopolitan. We are cosmopolitan university, so we don't go Interland.
Thank you very much, sir. My name is Razak Ashaju. I work for Globalcom, and I'm an alumnus of the Department of Mass Comm, University of Lagos. First of all, I want to congratulate the VC, the management, and Professor Akinfele on this successful launch of the TV station. During our own time, we only had something they call a studio, that nothing was happening there. So there's no excuse for students of today not to excel. So I'm going to talk from the angle of advertisers, because that is what I do currently where I am. And I believe that is why they invited us here and some of my colleagues here. So there have been a lot of questions on content, on research versus education versus entertainment. For advertisers, if you really want to commercialize the TV station, you have to give the people what they will watch. That is our own interest. We are interested in the numbers and the quality and the number of eyeballs. So if it has not been done, I think some research should be done within the university, because you have the population. Those days, our set in 1990 was the highest. So far in mass comm, we were 40. Now, last year when my daughter tried to come here, I think there were over 200. In mass comm department, which means the university has more than quadrupled in population. So you have a niche market that you can explore, that advertisers will be interested in. And in telecoms, as well as so many other FMCGs, the youth are the core target. So if you get it right in terms of content and programming, you attract advertisers so that the bossa will not be frowning when you bring deals. So I want to say that you already have quality staff. There should be quality programming that will attract advertisers, and I believe you will also get it right. Congratulations, sir.
My name is Kende Salaris for Leadership Newspaper. We all know that TV studio is capital intensive. So my question is, how was the fund, how was it sourced, and how much is the studio worth in terms of naira?
That's a question. Please listen out. Listen out, please. You sit down, please. Why you like sit down?
I want to thank the CEO of the advertising agencies that are here. They are here to partner with us. And I want to assure you that the chairman of the media venture will do the needful to make sure that we meet the needs and the expectations of the advertising agencies. It's not an NGO. It's not an NGO. In fact, like I told you, he warned me sometimes ago. He said, stop sending messages to us that you want cameramen. We are not camera. We don't have cameramen here. What we have media people. So, and I know that on Saturday we had a program here where we invited the presidential candidate to come and talk to us about the housing policy in Nigeria. He gave us a bill of 1.4 million. For you to know that this man is Oshomalo. So, and I will try as much as possible not to request for a waiver. But you know, occasionally I will have pressure on me too. I'm a man under authority. When the pressure comes, you have to transfer it to people like Falai. But I want to assure you that they will do the needful to make sure that they meet the expectation of the audience. It's not a limited scope project. It's something that I believe is bigger than every one of us. So I know that they will put in all the necessary effort to meet the expectation of the let me, if I can be allowed to use that, the customers, the audience. Concerning the studio, the facilities that we have in the studio, I mentioned it earlier, that what we are migrating or what we are using now in that place, the camera, the red camera, do we have the red camera here today? Where is the red camera? It's not red. Because I know Professor Akifele is always boasting about having red camera and this one that they use in reading. Tell you whatever you call it. And it's always boasting. When we go to some of these media houses, Professor Akifele will say, maybe they have half red camera. But we have about 2, or how many do we have? So these are equipment we got from the World Bank through Step B for the Center of Excellence. And that's why, honestly speaking, we cannot wish away Professor Akifele concerning this venture. Because I know about it. We competed for the World Bank project research grants too, but we are eased out. And I don't have the fighting spirit. Professor Akifele did not accept no for an answer. And that was why they got the African Center of Excellence in media. So the equipment they are using now, the camera they are using now, are mainly camera that we got from that research grant, which is for the university, not for the department, not for the faculty. Because it was the former Vice Chancellor that signed concerning the release of the fund, and Professor Akifele did the running around. Thank you very much.
Any other question, please? Any other question? Okay, as we move on, I would like to recognize some of our advertisers and agencies here present. We have the representatives of the alumni of Chairman Alumni of the University of Lagos, and of course the GM of Channels Television. We have Mr. Kingsley D. Urana, Assistant General Manager Operations, Channels Television. You're welcome, sir. We also have here today, ladies and gentlemen, representative of Otumba Mike Adenuga, CEO Globalcom, Mr. Razak Ase. You're welcome. Recognize your presence. Representative of Sheni Adetu, Algo Rhythm Media. You're welcome. JSK Please, these are the people that will spend so much in the next, quarter. Please, we need to celebrate them. All right, please. They've spent millions on Unilag Radio over the years, and now they are willing to spend more. Can I get a yes? Yes. Thank you. GSK Consulting, you're welcome as well. Can we celebrate GSK Consulting? CEO Techno Expert, Mr. Depo Adeshino, you're welcome as well. Mr. Tony Obert, you're welcome. CEO Candeval, Ms. MD Smart Communications, Mr. Olumide Abe, you're welcome as well. We also have Assistant General Manager from Channels Television, International Operations, Mr. Patrick Obose, you're welcome as well. With us here today, ladies and gentlemen, I really do not know how to say this, but the chair, much later, will share with us. We have all the way from Sterling Bank, and I'm sure the chairman knows the reason why I am emphasizing on Sterling Bank. Even Professor Ralph Akifele can bear witness, and the VC knows about this as well. Mrs. Ibunke, where is she, please? Mrs. Ibunke from Sterling Bank, Akimade. Okay, we hear she's around, probably should step down. Thank you. Moving on, we have short entertainment. And our lovely students from one of the best departments, talking about creative arts students, are here to entertain us. Please, can we usher them in with an applause, please? Creative arts students.
We have to go, eh? Be careful, you know these boys nowadays, they are using it to, be careful, well done.
Send out to me.
No, you listen, I've been greeting people here. You have been shouting.
I'm not shouting, I'm chatting.
Chatting. You pay for chatting in my company.
Stop harassing this young man now.
This you is nothing. You are doing that in my company. When you are paying for it, you pay for nothing. In fact, you used the toilet 3 times last week.
How did I use the toilet 3 times? I used the toilet 3 times daily.
3 times daily. What happened? No, it's because of people they packing soccer away every day. Grumpy.
Your voice is disturbing my head for me. There's no network in your compound. Papa, there is no network in your compound. Now everything just stop now.
I saw you yesterday when you came in. You came in with one skin, yellow pop.
Baba, what is that supposed to be?
Don't use pressure to answer questions.
Yes.
This morning, when you were leaving, I saw you with Blackie.
Baba, stop now. What's all this now? Baba, what's all this rubbish now? Why don't they pay my house rent? Wait now. Baba, shine your eye. Don't they treat me like all these small boys in there?
Is your friend on vacation? What really happened, baby? Why?
They said that we are going to
Remove my chamber curtain. Eyimba.
Candidates, we no go make this as two things to sue us. You see, children of nowadays, in our own time, in 1951 to be precise, I myself, Akinola and Awolowo, we started a political activity. 80 action group. You can ask Professor Oluwatoyin. Professor Oluwatoyin. We were there together, rubbing my neck. I didn't believe it. Can you hear that? Get your PVC and make sure you vote a credible candidate. And if that will not make this hassle thing to sue us.
Wow. Sorry, hello, can you come back? Hello, can you come back? Please, can we give the students from Creative Arts 3 posters? And I mean, we would like to have you on Unilag TV as well. Yes or no? Yes. So shall it be. Amazing. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, what club do you support? No. I'm in football club, sir. Because the Vice Chancellor is looking, does not know what I'm talking about. Hey, don't face the sir. Killer, Emma Binza. Let the members of the president hear you, sir.
Shooting stars. Seven suits here. Sukumba, your style.
Please, another applause for the VC, ladies and gentlemen. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to unveil the Unilag TV logo. I'll hand over the mic to the Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Professor Oluwatoyin Ogundipe. Over to the VC.
Where is it?
I think it's stuff in front.
So you don't let me stand. Yeah, I'll stand. I'm not sure anybody's. I'm just focusing on
that stuff. Yes.
Sterling Bank officials, please, are you around? Our agencies, advertisers, please. The VC wants you to join them.
Don't worry.
Do we have enough space? Please, the deans will come. They will now. Provost, DAP, deans, please come over. The council member, they are representing council here. They should please come. Deans, no, the council members should please come here. They'll be able to capture you.
The pressmen are blocking us.
Director ICE. The moment Gala. Thank you. Director ICE. I hope you can capture us.
I'm actually trying to.
So?
No, I'm actually like finding ways like through it.
Chairman, what do we do? Thank you very much. And I know that before the end of the year, I will open a new building. We unveil this to the glory of the Almighty God that make it possible for us to see today, for the celebration of the University of Lagos and every one of us, for the lifting up of this university. We declare today that as we have seen the Unilag TV coming up today, we'll continue to see University of Lagos. The visibility of the University of Lagos will become more obvious and God will be glorified in this university. Congratulations to every one of you.
You can always follow us on our Twitter at Unilag Nigeria. The Twitter handle is at Unilag Nigeria. Congratulations. Congratulations to members of staff of the University of Lagos. Congratulations to the management of the University of Lagos. Congratulations to our deans. Manager Radio, Manager TV, can you join the VC for pictures? Congratulations to all deans here present, directors, members of council, congratulations. Congratulations to students of the University of Lagos seated. Lecturers, doctors, congratulations. My colleagues, congratulations as well. Please, can we jam our hands together? Congratulations, congratulations. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, we have a message from the representative of Channels Television, Chairman Unilag Alumni, Mr. John Momo. We have his representative here, and he has a message. Please, a round of applause for the representative of the Chairman of Unilag Alumni and Chair of Channels Television. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. The Vice Chancellor, Professor Akinfeleye, a revered friend and mentor, the entire university community. My name is Kingsley Uranta. I'd like to convey our chairman's heartfelt congratulations to the university on this very auspicious moment, this occasion of the unveiling of the Unilag TV. He is unavoidably absent because he had to travel at very short notice, but said that both of us, myself and my colleague, must come here as a demonstration of his love for his alma mater, and especially for the department. And of course, rest assured of the collaboration and cooperation you receive from Channels Television. For us, working with Unilag and especially Unilag Television is a natural marriage. Congratulations. We'll make ourselves available if you need us at any point in time. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Please, we have a screen, 2 screens, am I correct? We'd like you to watch this short montage, please.
Where's the camera? Where's it?
Unilag TV, can we jam hands together? Thank you.
My name is Jemima. My name is Observe.
Up next.
I'm Fina Peters.
Okay.
I'm Jennifer Alibe. Welcome to Blooming Hill. Start speaking about things that are not right. Start calling it the way. Let's start making demands. And I tell people, young people, why we're here in this situation is because nobody's demanding. We just allow things happen to us. And when it happens to us, we all keep quiet and nobody us now. We don't understand. You know, and that's why we are all in this situation. So this is inspiration when I saw the young girl, especially one particular girl I met. And when I saw them and I heard, it's all So I just got inspired and I just said, you know, I'm going to tell the story, and so I did.
Can I high five you on that one? There you go. My sister, look no more, look no more. I look around me, it's the animation. Look around me.
Hello, beautiful people. It feels real good to be back here, dishing out good music chronologically. Like I would probably say, it's getting deeper and wider in the Nigerian music industry. As a matter of fact, I get worried sometimes that we might run out of good music, but our Nigerian artists have no chill whatsoever. Basically, it's good to know that they are working so hard to make our nation proud. Although some lyrics though.
Latest edition of Card Care. I'm Megan Adobe. Card Care is a program that's concerned with cars. Yes, cars. And like humans, cars need care too. So on Card Care, we're going to be discussing how to change your tires, how to check your tire pressure, how to change your engine oil. You know, what's the best time to drive, when to get your car washed, that's no extra things like that. Anything concerning cars. Do you know what this is? You have to be find out. Welcome to Card Care.
Question is, see that I'm like a girl.
But also think about the material.
So what would you think in general?
Let's make it general.
Materially, physically,
Materially, let me start with that. No, now we are going too far. Let me start with that material part.
Okay.
Basically, it depends on the girl. There are girls that don't like women. There are girls that don't like cars. There are girls that don't like perfumes. I don't know those girls, but I'm sure that they exist. So basically, it depends on the female. I see what she likes and then I buy her what I feel she likes materially. So it varies for everybody. So the women, that counts for something. Just like I'm very enthusiastic that our own son Rochko said was a member of the Texas Solo Group at the last World Cup in Brazil, and our own Emmanuel America is also a member of the Texas Solo Group for this year's World Cup. So we don't appreciate our own. Once you appreciate them, then things will work out fine.
What do you think about what you just watched? Awesome, right? We tried, right? We're better than... I was joking. No, but you know, it's called tongue of sleep. Sir? It is well, sir. Just before the vote of thanks, Mr. Chairman, she has also helped tremendously to dot I's and cross T's. Ladies and gentlemen, please, I would like you to also jam your hands together for the HOD of Department of Mass Communication, Professor Abigail Ekwezi. Thank you so much, ma'am. Please, can you stand up recognition? Thank you. Like my chair said, the manager of the center, the Deputy Registrar of the University of Lagos, for the vote of thanks, Mr. Adebisi Set.
Thank you very much. In 30 minutes, we are off from this place.
30 minutes.
30 seconds, I mean. Vice Chancellor, University of Lagos, Professor Toyi Ogudipe, FAS, members of the Governing Council here present, members of the management team, provost and deans, the board, Unilag Multimedia Ventures, our dear invited guests, ladies and gentlemen of the press. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to members of the press here present. I want to thank you for graciously consenting to grace this occasion with your esteemed presence. But more importantly, I so much recognize members of the press because in your coverage of the events, activities in the University of Lagos, you've demonstrated that you are great members of the fourth estate of the realm. You've demonstrated fidelity, you've demonstrated tenacity, you've demonstrated neutrality, impartiality, you've demonstrated courage, you've demonstrated high degree of professional excellence. Thank you so much. I have observed that the press has deliberately agreed to partner with the University of Lagos in the building of a best-in-class, a globally competitive, world-class flagship university, which this university will attain in the nearest years ahead. Then, I also know that the management of this university, under the leadership of our Vice Chancellor, has been so great. They've been so wonderful to Unilag Media Center. And when I say this, I know why I said it. And I also know that my chairman equally knows, and the bossa also knows. The leadership of the management is the Vice Chancellor, and we all know him to be a very humble person. We know him to be God-fearing. We also know him to be a first-class scholar. Now, when you call him Vice Chancellor, he will say, I'm not the Vice Chancellor. The Almighty God is the Vice Chancellor. I am just his agent. Don't mind the gentleman. We all know that he's a field marshal in the army of the Almighty God. Mr. Vice Chancellor, members of the management, you have been fabulous. You've been fantastic to Unilag Media Center. And I recall very vividly a one-time politician, K.O. Imbadiwe. He said, if something is both fabulous and fantastic, it becomes fantabulous. Thank you very much. Our esteemed guest, there's no doubt that your presence in this place has added color. It has added magic. It has added class and glamour to what we have done today. God bless you. Then Unilag Multimedia Ventures, the board. That is the driving force behind what we are doing today. Now, the board is led by a young man, humble, transparent, selfless, a leader per excellence, and ordinarily speaking, he wouldn't even want any person to mention his name today. But he made a mistake. He made the mistake of asking me to move the vote of thanks today. The amiable members of Unilag Multimedia Ventures, Dynamic, is led by Professor Muyiwa Falaye. The board under this gentleman is responsible for the midwifing of the baby we are christening today, Unilag TV 184. I also recall, because I don't want our things to be thrown from where we are now. So I want to thank our landlords. You see, in Lagos especially, some landlords will give the tenant so much wahala that they will not even remember to sit down plan. They will not make progress. But the Department of Mass Communication has been exceptional. The Department of Mass Communication has given us a conducive, peaceful task environment in which we operate, and that is responsible for the modest but consistent progress we are making. You will please tolerate us, very soon we'll move out. And that is why I will now remember Sterling Bank. I want to thank you in advance for Unilag Media House. We thank you so much, but please fast track the process. Then some people will say, maybe you don't need to appreciate your staff. But for this first, I've been working this way for so long, but for the first time, I'm seeing teamwork in deed and in truth in the media center. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask the staff of Media Center, please keep it up. God bless you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I know it's taking so much of your time. God bless you all. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Deputy Registrar. The Deputy Registrar said he was going to use 30 minutes, and then he changed it to 30 seconds. Well, thank you for using 30 minutes. It's been a great function so far. I extremely had fun. I'm sure we'll have a whole lot to report when we get back to our various offices here. Please, can we put our hands together for ourselves once again? It's been awesome. Thank you. Thank you. We started with God Almighty, and it's also important that we end with God as well. Shall we rise as I invite Professor